Assalamu alaikum, hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about a question. Are you a leader or a follower? Now we'll start with James Allen's quote. Cause and effect is absolute and undeviating in the hidden realm of thought as in the world of visible and material things. Mind is the master weaver both of the interior garment of character and the outer garment of circumstance. Again, we will follow it with another quote from Bruce Barton. Nothing splendid has ever been achieved except by those who dared believe that something inside them was superior to circumstance. Now, this is the question. Do you believe that there is something inside you that is superior to what you are seeing around your circumstance? Probably now you are not, seated on a leadership chair, but something inside is telling you probably you could make a very good leader. In fact, today we lack a lot of good quality leadership. So, do you have what it takes? This is the question. Are you a leader or are you a follower? Now, understanding the psychology of self in leadership can mean the difference between success and failure. To live and find life reasonably satisfying, you must have adequate and realistic self-image that you can live with. You must find yourself acceptable to you. You must have a wholesome self-esteem. You must have a self you can trust and believe in. You must have a self you are not ashamed of. So, this is what you need to have. And all these things come from within. You cannot, and no one has ever managed to pump in leadership from outside into an individual and make them a good leader. It has never worked. These things come from inside. And there are just two things that today we'll focus on. Your thoughts and the product of your thoughts. That is, when you start thinking about something frequently and consistently, you normally tend to achieve what you are thinking about. So it is the thought. And then beneath that thought is something called creative mechanism. People have different terms of explaining this creative mechanism. For instance, you want to be a leader. We have, people who have not excelled in education. For instance, Nairobi governor, or another example is Mombasa governor. These are not A products. But because of their consistent thinking about this issue of leadership, they have managed to take the mantle of Nairobi and Mombasa. We have good examples. And those who probably got A's and B's are their directors of finance, CECs. The positions below that are occupied by a product. And I'm not saying it. So many people have observed. These are things you can observe. You see, we have doctors in the hospitals. These hospitals are financed by probably, the county government, some of them. So doctors, A material, are working under D material. So there must be something more to education. It is that self inside you, how you work with it. That is how I can make it so simple that if you want to achieve something and you think about consistently about that something, sooner or later it will go into your subconscious mind and it will automatically find a formula for you to achieve that something you are looking for. So in this particular case, we are talking about leadership. You know me, I always talk about leadership. This is where it matters. You cannot talk about any other issue when you want to improve a society. The starting point is to talk about the leadership.